Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. In today's video, I just wanted to really quickly touch on the last of Leonardo da Vinci's principles of his mind and memory. Let me get up real quick so that you can see me better. So the last principle that we're going to talk about is the principle of connessione. Connessione is simply the Italian word for the English word connection. So how exactly do you apply connessione to your life? All you need to do is to start observing your life or the world around you and see how the different things are connected, either naturally, biologically, or artificially by humans. So when I observe things in the environment around me, such as the texture of this carpet or the texture of the curtains on the wall, I think of what exactly does this remind me of? So this was extremely important for Leonardo da Vinci because he would spend a lot of time in nature, document what he was seeing. He would document everything that he saw. He would observe different things around him, and he would see how they were all connected. So when he looked at the leaves of a flower, the leaves of a plant, he would see the little vines, the little crevices of the plants. He would think about where he saw those before. So maybe they remember him of the vines in the jungle, or the veins in his forearm. This is association. And it's great for us because association is a very, very powerful tool for the learning process. And it's something that we put a lot of emphasis on for Da Vinci Mind and the memory techniques and systems that we give to people. So the next time that you're walking down the road or you're walking on a path or you're taking a walk outside, be more observant of what you see. You can demonstrate curiosity and look around you. Ask questions about it. Then take it a step further. Apply connessione so that when you're looking at the webs of a spider or the waves of the ocean, see how it reminds you of maybe the patterns of the water that you see in a pond or the waves of sound going through the air. It doesn't have to just be visual information that you think about. I use connessione all the time for anything that I'm learning. And I'll give you a really quick example of how you can immediately start applying to this. A problem that a lot of people have with learning and memory is learning new names. Maybe you go to the bar and you meet a couple new people. So maybe John, Alex, and Andrea. Let's say that these are 3 new people that you meet. So how might you memorize this? Most people, they don't give it a second thought. And then, the information just goes in one ear and out the other. So it's gone. But to learn this, we can apply the idea of connessione. So how are you going to do this? All you need to do is think about the information that you want to learn or keep in your mind. So John, let's apply connessione to John. All you need to do is think of, what does this information remind me of that I already know? Well, that's easy. I already know a few Johns in my life. So now I'm just thinking about the Johns that I already know. Now let's go to the next name. Alex. Now I'm thinking about the Alexes that I know. And finally, Andrea. Now think of a couple of Andreas that I know or have met or have seen in my life. Take it a step further. Maybe you just think about the names. Now actually think about how they look visually. So think about their faces, what they might wear. And now take it another step further. Think about them emotionally. What emotion do they make you feel? Or what kind of personality do they have? You can involve all your senses, all the logic in it. And then finally, you can reach the final step of connessione, where you're going to compare. You're just going to compare them. Compare how they look, compare how they act. See how they're the same or how they're different. This is the final step of connessione, and it's also the final of Leonardo da Vinci's important principles of his mind and memory. All the principles are connected, and if you apply them to your life, you're going to see almost immediate benefit. So I really hope that you guys can start applying them to your life. And I guess we'll do a really quick review of what all the principles are. So the first one that we covered was curiosity. Curiosity is just observing the world around you, asking more questions, and it's the basis for the learning process. The second principle is demonstration. Demonstration is simply challenging the ideas or the knowledge that you already have. A lot of people in the world are too adamant in their beliefs. In the United States, Democrats or Republicans are battling each other. And it's kind of useless with their debates because they're so firm in their beliefs that there's no point in them they don't question them in the first place. And this is counterproductive, because if you truly want to grow as a person and achieve great things, you need to challenge your beliefs. You need to challenge your ideas. It's important. The next principle that we covered is sensation. Sensation is simply the refining of the senses. So I really found this to work effectively for memory techniques, because over time I saw more visual acuity. I noticed more colors. I noticed more details. And it's also kind of related to synesthesia, so the mixing of the senses. So that's when you hear a sound and you see a color or you see an image. And it's something that you can also practice. What we're doing with a lot of our memory techniques is called manufactured synesthesia. It's a really cool topic that we'll talk more about in the future, and it's also in some of my training content. The next principle that we talked about is the idea of sfumato. Sfumato is that fine line between the known and the unknown. It's the feeling of anxiety that you get when you're about to go to a new place, a new meeting, or when you have a job interview. This feeling is important because you don't want to fear it. You want to embrace it. Sfumato, the unknown, anxiety, they allow you to grow as a person. If you're not feeling anxiety ever, this means that you're staying in your comfort zone. You're never trying new things. If you truly want to grow as a person, sometimes anxiety is good. But some people have trouble handling it. I know that's definitely the case. I used to be that way as well. But meditative techniques and different skills and training systems out there will help you to manage this anxiety. You're never going to get rid of anxiety. You're going to learn to manage it. You're going to learn to, make it useful, make it benefit you. The next principle that we talked about is art and science. Leonardo da Vinci firmly believed that art and science are meant to be mixed. When he would go out and document nature, make scientific findings, what he was doing in his notebooks, what he was drawing and documenting, there weren't these rigid drawings that, had no meaning. He made them beautiful. They were artistic. And this is great because the brain really loves color. It loves to be creative. So if you can be more creative with your scientific efforts, your mathematical thinking, or your problem solving, you're going to see an immediate benefit in your thought processes and how you learn. The next principle that we covered was corporalita. Corporalita is basically the idea that in order to have an optimal mind, an optimal brain, an optimal learning, you got to make sure that your body is equally as optimal. I myself, I need to do a little better on this. I haven't been going to the gym regularly. But it's not just your strength. It's not just your endurance. It's every single aspect of your body. Your posture, your breath, then your strength, your endurance. All these different things are equally as important. In practicing corporalita, you need to make sure that all of these are balanced. Only then are you going to see the full benefits of corporalita and every single other technique that we talk about. Finally, we get to the last technique, the last principle that we talked about today, Connessione. Connessione is seeing how everything in the world and our lives is connected. And we can apply it directly to the principles because they too are all connected. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed the series on Leonardo da Vinci's principles. I found them to be massively beneficial for my life, and I think they'll be beneficial for your life as well. So just remember that throughout the day, think about how you can improve in each of these principles in your life. And if you want to start and take your journey a step further of memory and mind transformation, then I created a free training resource that you can use to immediately start this journey and see some powerful benefits in your life. If you're interested in this free resource, then check the link below. And I really hope that you guys will find it valuable, and I hope you'll check it out. So I really hope that this was enough for the 7 principles for you guys. Make sure you start implementing them in your life, and make sure you also start thinking about them. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.